Hi folks, welcome to this video and this series. I'm Charles and this is me traveling from my home close to Montreal in Quebec in Canada all the way to British Columbia, to Vancouver, God willing. I'm going to be splitting this up into 5, 6, 8 episodes, who knows, because I'm not going to subject you to a 4-hour video. As you can see by the color of my face, I'm already halfway through this thing. This is the end of day 4. I hope you have a good time watching this, and let's get right into it. I want to thank my employer for allowing me to buy all the stuff that I use on this trip and for allowing me the time off. Nobody sent me anything. Nobody is asking me for any kind of sponsorship message or anything like that. So please don't skip like 2 minutes, because we're getting right into it now. So you join us the following morning. It's Tuesday. What is it? 17th August today? Anyhow. And as you heard, we got stuck, and now the skies have really offered us something really nice, which is a low percentage of rain for the next couple of hours at least. So what we were able to do, and back there behind us was just 100% humidity, fog. We couldn't see 100 feet in front of our motorcycles. Like, it was nuts. We had to fuel up in the fog. It was miserable. But as soon as we got to the sort of downtown core, making our way through Winnipeg, the skies just opened up and we saw a wall of fog just end, and we entered the sunshine, and hopefully it'll stay like this for a little bit so I can actually show you some of the prairies, because so far you missed most of the beginning of the Manitoba section of our trip because of what happened last night. And so René's been very patient with me, and he's very calm and collected and seasoned. His gear is different. He's wearing a kind of 3-in-1 jacket from Revit that has the Gore-Tex liner on the inside, and I have my S4 Enduro S4 rain kit. So I have to, it's an overcoat. I have to put this over this current kit. So it creates issues when obviously you're in a situation like I was last night on the highway and starts to rain and you get kind of stuck. So it's part of the risk. The reward of my gear is that when it's sunny like this, which is hopefully most of the time if you're taking trips, I'm much more comfortable in hot weather than he is, and he admits to that. It's just when it stops raining for him, he just opens up the vents and onwards, but I'm all wet and disgusting. So this had a chance to dry off overnight, maybe halfway, like some. So if we have an hour of this and we're about to jump on the highway, I'm going to be able to dry out completely, including these leather gloves and everything. So if it does rain in the afternoon, at least I'm going to be putting on my rain kit on top of dry gear. So that's the ultimate goal for the next couple of hours. These lights are absolutely terrible. So far, Winnipeg's been mediocre, if I'm honest. Sorry, Jets fans. I'm sure you like your town, but so far it's been kind of mediocre. So today is only a short hop, all things considered, to Regina. We'll be there just mid-afternoon. We'll have lunch on the road, but dinner in town. And it's only about 550 clicks from here, so after yesterday, which was over 1,000, which was an unplanned 1,000, I was supposed to do like max 800 yesterday, but we pushed on into Winnipeg. I'm still happy we did it, because it wouldn't have been fun to camp in that weather. We would have had the brunt of it overnight, and that wouldn't have been fun. So yeah, I'm happy we did that. The weather in Ontario was so nice, you kind of get desensitized. Like you see some clouds and you're like, I'll just go by them and it'll rain later or whatever. But yeah, yesterday was just, we got properly caught yesterday. So I told René, the first whiff of a rain cloud up ahead, we're stopping, and I'm putting the rain stuff back on. And he's like, yep, no problem. Let's not repeat what happened yesterday. Because anything that isn't 100% dry is going to have to dry out overnight. The good news is, I mean, my boots are Gore-Tex, right? It's the CD Adventure 2. So my feet were never wet, and I guess that's a big part of it. Like, I would have despised having to don cold, wet, muggy boots this morning, knowing they wouldn't dry out. all day, and I would have had to have a boot dryer somewhere. Like it would have been just completely terrible. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. It's 110 in Manitoba on the highways, which means yeah, we're gonna make good time. René does not have cruise control. He's riding a 2013 R1250 GS Adventure, and he does not have cruise control on there, so he's got a squeezer cruise, so his speed is a little bit up and down, which means that I just need to match his speed with my right wrist and not really use cruise control. But we're gonna go at a decent lick here, just following traffic. I know the speedo says 120 or whatever, but we're just kind of following traffic. It's going to be 2 days of this. Right, so it is going to cloud over very soon. It's beautiful though, you can see above the cloud line like how low they are. Let's see what happens. Maybe I have to put the camera away again. It's only been like 20 minutes. I feel much drier already. So that's good. Okay, so the clouds are a lot more spaced out than I thought originally. This, for now, does not look like rain. But we're going to keep a close eye on it, especially out front over there. We'll see what happens. But so far, this is just your usual kind of cloud cover. And I'm thankful for it because I need to dry off. Okay, a little bit of a pee break. We tried the enduro mode for half a second in the gravel. He's going over there. All right, and so shall I. It's a little bit bumpy, but we're okay. It's actually a bit muddy. Come on, Charles, you can do this. It's only gravel. Right. Put her in second and stand up. It's nice here. It's nice and dry. It's very comfortable. And it's a quick little access back to the highway here. So we're good. Back on the pavement. So as you can see, zero rain has occurred, and I was therefore able to dry off about completely. I'm about 95% dry right now. René and I were talking about the next few days. We're gonna break off. He's got plans and I have plans, so we're not gonna, you know, the whole thing with he and I meeting up wasn't hey, let's finish the trip together and become best friends and get married and whatever. It's more of a, hey look, the next few days are going to be quite grueling. You want to just kind of hang out and you know, just do whatever and do some mileage together. And you see, it paid off last night for sure. For him too. He didn't, you know, seem really phased. I think he's done all of this before, but it's more of a situation where you know, it provides me with some comfort. I've got a veteran here with me, and maybe he enjoys the company. He said so, so I mean, you know, and he's a good guy. So tomorrow, so we're both staying in separate hotels in Regina tonight, because I had booked mine weeks ago and he booked his just now, and or he'll find something or whatever. He has no plans all day, every day. Like I planned this months ago, and he just he's just on a whim every single day. So you can kind of see where it's two different ways of seeing things, really. And yeah, tomorrow he wants to see the dinosaur, the Badlands National Park. I'm not going to have time for that, unfortunately, because I'm having dinner with a friend of mine who lives in Calgary, and we're going to go out for a nice steak dinner and some red wine and stuff, and I'll be able to tell him about my trip. And we're also colleagues at work, so we'll just kind of, you know, hang out. And that'll be my my kind of little time off on the bike and talk about other stuff. That's tomorrow night, and then we might catch up again in Calgary and go up to Jasper together. He wants to see the campgrounds that are available. Maybe we hang out at the campground together and stuff like that. And then he has plans in BC. I have plans in BC, and I don't know, maybe we see each other again later on another ride later if he wants to go someplace and wants me to come with, or vice versa. But after the next 2 or 3 days, we won't see him again this trip, I don't think. A lot of food is being produced here. Standing up on the highway at 110. Oh, it's nice though. Oh, you get to stretch a little bit. And you sit back down, and it's almost like you're sitting back down on a sofa. Come on, I didn't keep up. He doesn't have cruise control and I do, so it's kind of funny how I put mine on just to kind of give my right hand a rest. And he's having to mess with his squeezer grip sort of throttle lock mechanism thing, and we're slinkying distances. It's funny. We're in it now, like the vast openness of just nothing but food. A lot of respect for all of the farmers out here. If you're completely new to agriculture, you know nothing about it, go check out Clarkson's farm on Amazon. The Top Gear guy, a Grand Tour guy, Jeremy Clarkson, he has a farm and he wants to farm it himself, and he's a bit of an idiot. Some of it might be kind of scripted, but it's good. It kind of shows you the, you know, the life and the hardship of these men and women who help, you know, feed you and stuff. It's really something. And Jeremy Clarkson on an episode of Top Gear actually called Canada God's Pantry, which I found was interesting. What a guy. He's just getting after it with his
cruiser. I don't know, I think it's a Harley Davidson. I'm not entirely sure. But he just kind of cheers me his cup of coffee. It's a completely different style look. He's got all of his stuff bungeed to the back of his bike, and it's just getting after it. Just fantastic. Now, I would stop in the next town. I don't know if René is going to feel like stopping. I might try to get his attention. I'd like some food, and I would also like a poo. Ooh, there's an oil rig. They're starting. You gotta find some oil. You gotta fund all the agriculture, don't you? Look at that. Pumping for oil. Yeah. He saw it too. I told him. Look, over there. Look, there's more over there. See, there's more over there. Oh, that's not pumping much. A little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You gotta get what you can. That's, I've never seen one in real life. I've never seen one of those before. That's pretty sweet. We're entering the town of, what's this called? Oh, here it is. Virden, Manitoba. We're not in Saskatchewan yet, we're close. But we're not in Saskatchewan yet. Yeah, there's more oil rigs everywhere. There's just, there's a small one over there. So we are stopping for food in Virden. There's a Boston Pizza here. I'm very surprised. Looks like he's just in a park there for the afternoon, maybe. Let's see what's on the menu. I think he might be a Tim Hortons kind of guy. Yeah. Whatever. I just want lunch, and then I want to put my earplugs in, and then I want to fuel up. René and I are going to try something which will either be extremely successful or prove to be an epic failure. As you can see, I strapped the GoPro to the back of the motorcycle, and I'll try to grab a picture, and in return he promised to do the same. He's got a couple of spots where I can clip it. I don't want to knock it over. Ah, c'est parce que je veux pas de la cracher. Alright, so I meant to record this, but it happened kind of fast. We just lost René, who's staying at the Super 8 right here on, I guess this is called Victoria Avenue. And I'm heading another 4.5 kilometers into town. I'm smack downtown. That's where my hotel is this evening. It is hot, but I am about a half an hour from a shower and a glass of wine. So I shall continue onwards by my lonesome. I might see René again tomorrow, probably. There he is. Look at him. Beautiful, beautiful man. If I don't see you again, sir, thank you for joining me these last few days. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not going to say he saved my life last night, but, well, he didn't contribute to my downfall. Let's just say it that way. He assisted in my survival, in my perilous act of foolishness. Yeah, it feels like a town here. It feels like a city. It feels like a capital. It feels like all of the commercial undertrimmings are available. You got your Wendy's, you got your Shoppers Drug Mart, you got your Home Depot, and then you got your 24-hour emergency animal care center. So onwards to the Hotel Saskatchewan. And our stop is coming up right on the left where that clock is. A beautiful old building. I'm going to have to pull out in front and then I guess go park in the back. There's a nice park here for a walk. I'm gonna go smoke my cigar out there for sure. 100%. I'm gonna go check that out. Bring some wine. Alright, let's see how long 10 minutes is. Okay, you catch up with me on Wednesday morning on our way to Calgary, Alberta. Don't worry about the skies over there. It's going to be very nice where we are headed, so no worries at all. Thank you to the Hotel Saskatchewan for the lovely accommodation. That was brilliant. We got 770 or some odd kilometers to go today. We're also going to be, it's windy, but it's dry. It's like 50% humidity, so it's very nice. I'm actually going to be using the heated grips here this morning at least. The sun's going to come out. We're just going to jump on the highway here in a second, and then I'll call my dad. Very restorative night's sleep at the Hotel Saskatchewan. That was fantastic. Do check that out. It's one of the grand railway hotels in Canada. Built at the turn of the 20th century. Very nice. It's a renovated building, of course, but it's beautiful. I could have stayed at the Hilton, but I decided not to. So Calgary, another jaunt on the prairies. You'll notice I'm by myself, so René has plans of his own. I don't know if we'll catch up for lunch maybe, but I think he's leaving around the same time. I wanted to leave for 9 and it's 9, so great. And we're going to be, yeah, losing an hour, or gaining an hour, depending on how you look at it, based on the time zone change coming into the edge of Alberta. So that's the plan for today. Okay, so waiting at the last traffic light before we jump on the 6 here that leads to the 1. I got 200 clicks worth of range on this thing now, so I think that's what we're going to run. I got a bit more than that, but we're going to keep it to 200 on the safe side, and then that'll give me a bit of a fuel stop before Swift Current. Home of the Broncos, is it? I need to brush up on my my junior hockey. We're going to wait for this guy on the right. We're going to jump on her right here. I could have stopped here for fuel and stuff, but I want to find a Petro-Canada, as I said before, and B, if I fill up in about 200, then that means I can probably make it to Calgary on that full tank. So just limiting the fuel stops, you know. I can fuel up in Alberta if I have to, of course. Skies are not too good over there, but if we actually turn in the direction we're going to be heading all day, then we are good. We are good. Look at that. It's going to be like 28 degrees or something, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So I'm looking forward to today's ride. If you have a dirt bike out here, that has to be a lot of fun. And there's a massive plant. I guess that's grain. I guess. There's nothing here but food. A lot of food. This is more livestock terrain. Yeah, the scenery changed right away. And as if right on cue, completely unmistakable color scheme. My preferred fuel station. You're turning left as well? Alright. Alright, fuel. This is too cool. It's called Reed Lake. I'm just gonna have some water, and we're gonna go check that out. Fire alert, yeah, no shit. Fire ban. Alright, let's get down here and see what's going on. That's not bad. That is a really cool place and a nice place to stop. The wind is actually nice. It's hot, but it's dry. Let's get back on the highway. Confident on the gravel. These tight turns are still a little bit, I just don't want the front wheel going, but I have to trust it. Yeah, steer with the legs, use your knees. Cross right away, that's nice. And I can get on right away, that's also nice. Alright. Let's get out of here. So we're coming out of the Swift Current Starbucks and we're making our way to Medicine Hat, which should be the next stop and will also serve as a fuel stop. So yeah, we're making good time, and I'm going to expect when we get around Medicine Hat, which is in Alberta, the time is going to change. So we're going to drop 1 hour. We're going to go to, now it's 12:24, we're going to go to 11:24. So that'll help us be on time for the hotel. If I'm at the hotel at 6, That's great. I think the GPS accounts for the time difference. So that would be great. It would give me plenty of time to shower, change, maybe even have a bit of a half-hour, 45-minute nap or something. Before meeting up with my friend Ross for our steak dinner. Motorcycle is just gulping fuel. Like, I'm doing a good 1.5 liters per 100 kilometers more than usual. So my range has dropped significantly. I might have to think about my fuel. It's one factor we don't think about all the time, especially not in the car. I'm fine in the wind. My neck's gonna hurt tonight, but it is what it is. I saw some deer back there. I'm just trying to keep my eyes open. When it's just wheat like this or barley and stuff over the top, it's not too bad. But when it's very grassy, I hear the deer congregate to eat. So, like stuff like this, I'm just keeping my eyes open. Now, there's a town, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I saw like 10 or 12 deer with proper antlers and everything. I don't want to run into one of those. Alright, so I'll keep an eye on the fuel and work back a little bit later. But it's the same scenery as before. Down a little bit. It's still very windy, and we're climbing. It's 774 meters in elevation right now. I was up to 800 there for a few minutes. Beautiful scenery though, good views, and I'm very thankful for the earbuds from Eargasm. I'll put a link in the description. I didn't used to like earbuds at all, and look, they're still not the most comfortable things in the world to wear, but the trade-off for my ears at least is I can listen to just some music on full blast, and it doesn't hurt at all. It's actually pretty good. It deadens the sound a little bit, so I have the volume up, and it really muffles all the wind noise and the bike noise, so it makes these long highway stints much more easy to manage, much easier to manage. Yeah, there is a golf course around here. Maple Creek, I'm going to look that up tonight. 811 meters elevation. Still windy. Look at the view. We're up quite high now. I think we can call this the high plains of Canada. Crazy good. It's hot. It's 30 degrees, but it's dry, so I'm not sweating. I've just seen a sign, and when this guy here says 300, I will be in Medicine Hat. I have exactly 86 to go to Medicine Hat, and down here is the range I have, 126. Now this goes down quite quickly because of all of the wind, so I'm going to keep it on that screen and look at it every now and again. See 125 right now before this goes to 185, 385. So it's just to keep an eye on it because I have, you know, a 40% margin. But it's, yeah, because of all the wind, I'm just burning through fuel. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'm sure I'm fine to get to Medicine Hat. And if I come a bit short before Medicine Hat, that will be a gas station. If there's a town, maybe 20 minutes before Medicine Hat anyways. So that was just how I do the math right now. In my head, I'm making good time, and also keeping in mind that an empty-ish tank will burn less fuel than a full tank because of all the weight. If I put 30 liters in here, the bike is so much heavier to push through all this wind. So that's kind of the thought process. Well, I did stop back there 5 minutes ago. There was a gas station. I could have stopped, and I said, you know what? With all this wind, I might have to stop before 384. I might go through the full tank before I get to Calgary anyways. So let me press on and try to see if I can do 83 kilometers with 122 kilometers of range. It's a little bit less windy, but still quite a bit of it to feel. It's helping me stay cool, but it's not helping my my fuel consumption. It does say, and there's a sign here, Petro Canada open. Is that in the next town? I'm gonna look at it, and if it is, I'll stop here. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a line on my GPS, and I think we're heading into Alberta. Now, if you notice the last couple of clips, the scenery really is. Ooh, see my hand catching on the wind? Like it's crazy. So the scenery's really changed. There's a fewer grain farms. I mean, there's one over there. There's one on the right here, but there's more livestock around here. Yeah, I guess that's just the terrain and kind of what the farmers here feel like growing. Do you want to grow meat or do you want to grow bread? It's one or the other usually. So yeah, we are heading into, I think this is going to be Alberta coming up. And if it is, I'm going to give thanks to Saskatchewan. It's been a pleasant surprise Saskatchewan has. The terrain, the prairies, I was told to expect just boredom and nothingness and just abject misery as the kilometers roll on, but I felt really serene and I felt good in Saskatchewan because of the terrain and how different it is from home, right? Today I really felt like I wasn't home. I wasn't in Eastern Canada for the first time. So again, thank you Saskatchewan, and we'll say hello to Alberta. Thank you for the welcome. I hope you are the Wild Rose country. Alright, let's see if the pecan is open and we might stop here for some fuel at the end of the whole math malarkey and debacle. Okay, so I elected to keep going. There wasn't any premium fuel back there, and I'm not in any kind of emergency where I need to fill up on regular. I know the bike won't mind, like it's fine. It just, I know that because the compression ratio, this thing would prefer if I ran on 91 octane. So okay, Medicine Hat, as we slow down a little bit here, looking for fuel. My math was correct, the warning came up, but I got 46 left, and I am going to find fuel in the next 5 minutes or so here, so we are good to go. Just as Eric Clapton was finishing the piano outro from Layla, we're coming into Medicine Hat here. I'm going to take a proper break, take maybe 15, 20 minutes, have some fluids for myself, fluids for the bike. I might strap in a new battery on the GoPro here, or at least put her on the charge for a few minutes, just so I can finish my day. Alright, where's the pecan? I'll find something for sure. Yeah, so we got businesses everywhere. You know what? Let's take her right here, and we're gonna find fuel for sure. Yeah, you got your Best Buy, you got your hotels, you got your Staples, your Dollarama. Dollarama? Okay. Let's take a look. Shall I take a right here? I think so. I swear I didn't check this beforehand. It's hot, I'm not gonna lie. Right now it's properly hot. It's 30, but the humidity's gone up significantly, so I'm just hoping for yeah, there you are. As if right on cue. Right off the highway, you can always find the pecan. There you are. Beautiful. And I've got some shade. I can stay there for a bit under here after I fuel up. Can I use this one? Please and thank you. There we are. Wonderful. Okay, Medicine Hat, short and sweet, maybe 10 minutes. I have filled up the motorcycle, I have changed the GoPro battery, I have ingested and expelled fluids, and I want to get out of here because she's a hot and muggy one. It's more humid here than in the desert, of course. And I just want to get to the hotel and have a shower in about 300 kilometers. So let's do it.
Okay, so this is maybe a little bit of a different part of the series than what you're used to, insofar as I'm currently in voiceover and it's currently December and I'm editing this thing, and I guess this might be part of the reason why I took a few days extra to edit this and put it out. So the microphone cut out, as you can kind of tell by me being in voiceover. So what happens is I use a lav microphone that I plug into the 3.5mm port in the back of my GoPro Media Mod, and I can only assume that it was a bit loose maybe in the port and it came loose, or I don't know, something happened. But up until the moment we reached the hotel in Calgary, all my clips are completely soundless. So this is me kind of talking you through the rest of my trip here. Unfortunately, it's not something I can check or work around when I'm actually recording, and it's the pure pleasure of post-production. So here we go. The good thing is, at least I learned how to voice over in my editing software. So as you can see, the scenery doesn't really change. We fueled up in Medicine Hat, and it's really, really flat entering Alberta and going towards Calgary. This might be a good time to tell you about some of the realizations that I've made, kind of looking back at these clips and editing them, and seeing some of the things that I could have done maybe a little bit differently in my recording experience. Chief among which, you can kind of see it sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of the screen. I have this thing about having the motorcycle be kind of one with the trip, and me wanting to just kind of go through it without changing anything on the bike, I guess. And part of that was me not wanting to clean the bike ever, and not realizing that the GoPro looked directly out through the windshield. I never cleaned the windshield. So yeah, you see, this is me trying to talk to you guys, and yeah, zero sound. So next time I should have cleaned the windshield, and I will. And it's a lot better when I do stand up, because of course you're not looking through the thing. But, you know, if you do your best to look left and look right, and nobody's left a comment on any of my videos yet saying, dude, your windshield's really, really, really dirty and we can't see anything. It'll come, I promise, as we do the Rockies and the BC episodes. The windshield just gets worse, and it is what it is, and I can't go back and clean it and record again, can I? It's across the country. So here we go. You know, the other thing too, as I kind of change clips here, as I look at this, talk to you, the sound quality is very, very good, and this might be a tip for you, just like myself, kind of wannabe vloggers, YouTube motorcycle guys. You know, the sound quality is great when I talk to you, provided the visor is down. So when the visor's up, you can definitely notice, and the sound quality is really not as good, as you can hear the wind and everything else. We're getting into a really more built-up area in Alberta. We're entering Calgary from the east side of town. My hotel is kind of in the northwestern part of the city. I'll show you guys in a second. So we're at the tail end of this day. I'm just trying to get through the end of the day. The traffic is leaving town and we're going into town, so it's not too bad, although we did get into some traffic. You'll see maybe a little bit later. Calgary's a big town. Like, it hosted the 1988 Winter Olympics. And it's been home to several, you know, high-profile sports venues and sports competitions, things of that nature.
it's a big town, and there were a lot of people, and I wanted to make sure I was going to get into town at an appropriate time so I didn't have to sit in this traffic, I guess. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes I'm looking at that van, I'm like, will she let me pass? Will she not let me pass? Okay, just give it some gas and kind of go. Trying to get to the hotel. So it was a good day. Things I could have done differently, obviously. Find a way to check if the microphone works, but other than that is try and keep the visor down as I'm talking to you guys, because all you can hear is the wind. Obviously the windshield is terrible when the sun hits it, and that's all you can kind of see. So in any case, we're going into the 4 Points Sheraton Hotel here. This is the northwest part of Calgary, as I said. Beautiful area. Really well built up, and you'll see in a second here on the left of the screen is the ski jump. Yeah, I'm pointing to it now. That's where they jumped at the Olympics in '88, and of course they kept those installations there for training purposes, of course. We're going to get it to the hotel here, and it's the tail end of the video. I want to thank you for sticking to it and sticking with me here until the end. Microphone issues aside, that was a great day. And I want to thank everybody for watching and being patient with me as I put these out and I make these edits. Thank you for subscribing as well. If you're new to the channel, episode 4 is just concluding, but episode 5 is going to be an absolutely massive episode because that's the Rockies. So stay tuned for that. Hit that bell icon to know when that comes out, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye.